Hello and welcome back to my channel. So you may have seen over the past few uploads there's been reactions to the Thorpe Park Fright Night announcements, like the whole lineup. So I'd just finished the recording for the final announcement, which was Stitches. And just after that, Towers decided, hey, we're going to post this. Like, they just decide to post this just after I'd finished recording, and and I'd actually watched a Theme Park Insanity video, and I thought it was just going to be, going over the leak and stuff that had just been revealed, with the lineup of, like, Tiny's Revenge and all that stuff. I thought it was just going to be him going over that a little bit late, but no, then I saw this teaser was there, and it's like, what the hell?
I'm ticked off!
That came out of nowhere. You see, that's the problem with Towers. They just reveal this stuff out of nowhere, which means I have no time to react to it. And so I thought, you know what, they might reveal this next week. I've got a busy weekend coming up. It's a little teaser. Apparently it's to do with this YouTuber called Daz Black. He, does like horror gaming and stuff like that. And, you can see he's got a little teaser down here. So, I thought, hey, maybe we'll get an announcement next week. And I was just about to run myself a bath, just have a nice, calming relax, and then suddenly, this is released. This post is released. So, yeah, they're announcing it today, so thank you, Towers, for giving me no chance whatsoever. I'll just follow Daz Black while I'm here. Why not? Hey, why not? I mean, his content looks pretty good. So, yeah, a new scare attraction. Unfortunately, I've been spoiled a little bit because I've read the caption, but I haven't read the video yet. So, and also they haven't revealed it on YouTube as well. So, I'm gonna have to go through Twitter. Thanks, Towers.
Thank you so much!
So, yeah, we're gonna read the caption. I haven't read it fully, but I've read bits of it, so I know what's coming a bit. So, here we go. So, Scarefest is back with a scare attraction. I think that's a little bit of an inside joke on the invitation. So they're just confirming it is a scare attraction, designed to put players through an intense series of tests. The resort has partnered with Daz Black, so this is the YouTuber, to host an attraction where escape room meets live action scare maze. So that's the bit that I read. It's in Daz Games Panic. So this sounds very interesting. This sounds really good. Escape rooms. I did an escape room on the Dark Pasty tour with Joe and Aaron back in, was it July, I think? And that was really fun to do. I think with Towers' budget and theming and stuff, I think this could actually be pretty good. So let's watch the video, shall we? And hope to God it plays well on Twitter. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go frame by frame though because it's on Twitter. I don't think I can. No. So, okay, so we've got an eye.
How's it going, Dazzlers? And welcome to Panic.
This gives me survival games vibes.
I think this is an appropriate game to play.
Good point.
You'll have 7 minutes to escape Panic.
7 minutes? Slender
Don't get
Man?
lost now.
Is that him?
Don't panic.
7 minutes, okay. Daz Games Panic. Right. So also, I don't think we've got the rest of the lineup yet. Obviously, a lot of it's been leaked, but I imagine they're going to do teaser videos over the next month because we're now in September. How has that happened? It was last September, about a week ago, and now it's September 2023. It's crazy. But yeah, it looks pretty good, to be honest. I do actually like this idea, because originally when they were saying that Daz Black was involved, I was a bit worried, like, oh, they're going to get a YouTuber thing in. How's that really going to work? Doing it in the form of an escape room, I think, is a very good idea. It is giving me survival games vibes, so I hope the storyline's really good with it. But yes, 7 minutes to get out, which also means that you will be in there for a good amount of time. And mixing scare maze with escape room, so it's not just like an escape room where you're in one room, where it's like you're going from room to room to try and get out. I think that's actually a really good idea. So I'm actually very excited about this. I may also know where this is going to be taking place. I've heard rumor, let's just say I have my sources. If it is in the location where I think it is, for one thing, I think it's a location that hasn't been used as a scare maze before, and I think it's a perfect location for it. So let's just go through the trailer, listen to what Daz is saying for once, and yeah.
How's it going?
So we've got these wristbands, which really do remind me of survival games in a way, with the kind of like coloration, the logo and stuff like this. But yeah, let's just listen to what he
How's
says.
it going, Dazzlers?
Yeah, so I think this is his kind of intro, and that's how they knew it was Daz.
Welcome to Panic. In the rise of...
Again, saying welcome to Panic, it kind of like reminds me of Black Mirror Labyrinth, where they say welcome to Labyrinth in a way. So yeah, and with the camera and stuff, again, kind of reminding me of survival games, where it's like they're filming you almost like for a TV show or something.
to Panic. In the rise of AI, I think this is an appropriate game to play.
Very interesting that they're going with AI and stuff. I think that's a very good storyline to kind of latch onto in a way. You know, survival games did social media. I do think with the rise of AI, especially like with all the writer strikes and stuff going on at the moment and the actor strikes, kind of makes sense to do it. It's actually a very timely thing to go with.
You'll have 7 minutes to...
I like that you'll have 7 minutes. Also, does this confirm that the construction's already up? Because that would be very interesting if the construction's already up. And with the location, I'll just say it, I've heard that the hospitality suite is going to be the location for this, for a new attraction. I kind of knew that a new attraction might be coming. If this is the new attraction, I've heard it's the hospitality suite. If it is, it means they could have constructed it in there without people knowing, and it seems like a perfect place. It's a big space for them to use, so yeah. But this sort of suggests that it's already set up, which is good. And 7 minutes, it means you will definitely be in there for around 7 minutes, so that's really good. I just hope it's that you don't have to be in a group necessarily, because with escape rooms, the problem I always have is I'm a single rider, I'm normally on my own, I'm a loner. But it means that you normally have to be with other people. With this, it seems like you could just go in on your own and solve the puzzles on your own, or you could do it as a group as well, or they could partner you up with other people and other groups. I'd be fine with that. You know, more interaction with other people, but yeah.
Escape. You'll have 7 minutes to escape Panic.
And yeah, you've got a kind of Slender character. I don't think it is necessarily Slender Man, but I think they're going with a Slender Man kind of character, especially since he's a horror game YouTuber. It makes sense to kind of have that character. So yeah, I'm assuming this might be the character. Maybe they might have other characters that kind of chase you around in here, or maybe this is the character that gets unleashed if you fail. That would be interesting.
Don't get lost now.
And yeah, the saying "don't get lost" suggests there is going to be a maze element to it as well. We have to find your way through and solve puzzles. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Don't panic.
And then yeah, this is the bit that we saw in the teaser with some heads on the floor. Again, that's giving me very survival games vibes, like little kind of random props strewn around. It might be good to put some nice little Easter eggs in here as well from old props and stuff, like with a Freak Show Toxic Junkyard, which would be interesting. It would be really cool if you actually get given those wristbands as well, and that you actually have to like scan them to get out. That would be such good interaction, such good immersion as well. Yeah, and then you got this character again. I'm assuming Daz isn't actually going to be there every day, right? I'm assuming he's just going to be in like a video recording. But I think it's really cool that they are interacting with him. It's just that I didn't really know who he was, and I think a lot of people in the community didn't really know who he was. I think a lot of people were comparing it to like if Jack Silkstone did a Scare Maze at Fright Nights. At least he's a little bit more known in the theme park community, while Daz, I'm sure he has like, you know, a massive following on his YouTube channel. I haven't actually checked anything, but he does more games than theme park stuff, so obviously the theme park community might not know him as well. I did recognize him, I think, but didn't really know his content. But I think that this is really good, and I think with a lot of people saying that Scarefest, oh, you know, it's looking stale, it's not, you know, looking really exciting, this has given me hope. And with, let's just say, some things that I might know about the Altonville kind of stuff that's going on with Tiny's Revenge, if that is going to be the final name they use, we're in for a treat with that. Let's just say that. I'm not going to go into that anymore because, you know, I've promised to keep some stuff secret. But yeah, let's just say I wouldn't write off Tiny's Revenge yet. There is definitely some big stuff coming with that. But in regards to this, I think, you know, if you want to say like, oh, is this going to be better than last year's? I think it is. Like, even if we have the invitation there, I've heard there might be some little changes to the invitation, but with this just there, an escape, I mean, what was it saying in the description again? Escape room means live action scare maze. Like, great. That is awesome. And I think towers are definitely going in the right direction. So, yeah, I think definitely a good idea. And yeah, even though I think it's going to be a lot of the same lineup, I think having this, and it will make it very rerunnable in a way. If you know you want to try and get out and actually succeed, I might be going through this quite a bit. Might even have to do some one shots and stuff because yeah, this sounds really good. Let's just see what some of the comments are saying. Oh, no thanks. Oh well, I think it sounds pretty cool. Yeah, interesting one. Excited for Scarefest. That's good. Guess we were all wrong. Well, I think some of the other lineup that was leaked is going to be right, but this is something that they didn't have on the lineup. It might also be a separate ticket because it's such a different attraction. That's a possibility, or it just wasn't put onto the lineup straight away. Yes, I agree with Dame here. The public needs Altonville mine tours. I agree with you there. So kind of copying Thought Park with survival games. Just need to come up with their own stuff. In all fairness, Creek Freak is kind of a copy of Altonville, just with lumberjacks. You know. I feel like Thorpe have copied a lot of stuff from Towers. I think it's fair that Towers copies some stuff from Thorpe every once in a while, but this does seem different. Like, I think it's similar vibes, but not the same thing. And with the storyline that they're giving, especially linking it to AI, I think that could really work with this. So, yeah, this actually does excite me, which is good, because I was getting worried a little bit, even though I do know a little bit more. It still does seem like the same lineup, and of course, it's never 100% confirmed that the lineup that was leaked is confirmed, but from what I've been hearing it is, but from this does excite me, definitely. I just wish Towers would actually, you know, market this a little bit, you know, and let us know when these things are going to come out, so, you know, I'm not running a bath while doing it, which is still running, by the way, so hopefully it isn't overflowing. So, I'll come off now, but, yeah, if there's any more announcements, I'll try and get them. But for now, I guess I will see you next time. Bye.
1 hour later.
Okay, so a little bit of time's passed. I'll be honest, I've just been through quite a traumatic situation. Basically, I thought that I just hurt one of my cats, which, yeah, very traumatic for me. You know, I love my cats a lot. Basically, we were taking them to a cattery because we're going away for the weekend. Had to get Phoebe. You'll remember her from the channel update. She's the black one. She's basically my baby. And we were having to take them to the cattery. Had to take Phoebe this afternoon because we couldn't get her this morning, and it was a bit of a mad rush. We had to rush things to get her there, and basically I thought I almost hurt her at one point. So yeah, quite traumatic. I was basically crying most of the way in the car up. So yeah, not doing that great. Probably going to be depressed for the rest of the day, but hopefully this might cheer me up. I don't know. So basically what happened was, as soon as I finished recording my video, my reaction for Panic, the new kind of escape room scare maze, I'm going to call it kind of like an escape maze. Apparently the lineup has been released on the Alton Towers website, so I'm just going to go on now and see what the lineup is. Right, okay, so we're on the Scarefest page now on the Alton Towers website. We'll just need to get it to load up. So we've got all the dates here, and see, apparently the full lineup's here. I saw like little whisperings of certain things. I've tried to avoid all like Twitter notifications and stuff. I do have one contact who fortunately let me know that the lineup could come up, so yeah, thank you to that contact for letting me know, because otherwise I would have been spoiled. So I'm gonna have a look at the lineup now for the first time. So, and let's have a look. So we've got a bit with the invitation on here as well, so that's kind of confirmed it's come back. This actor, by the way, he's brilliant. He was a really good pre-show actor when I was there last year. So let's have a look. So obviously got Curse Alton Manor, a haunting dark ride taking you on a hair-raising journey of spectacular twists and turns within the Curse Manor. I don't know whether they're going to do anything specific for Scarefest, like with the dungeons, for example. They always say for a little less laughing and a lot more screaming. They never do anything different with it. The only thing was Plague Street, and that only lasted a year because of COVID. So yeah, we'll have to see with that. Oh, and here we go. So here we've actually got the new stuff. So we've got a full description for Daz Games' Panic, and then we've got Altonville Mine Tours, Tiny's Revenge. So that has been confirmed now as the new name. I think it works fine. It all depends on what the storyline is, so we'll just have to see. And this does actually look like some sort of new characters, so we'll have to see exactly what this is. This might be a new photo shoot, or I don't know. From what I know, the actors haven't actually started in the mazes yet, so unless these are just some other Towers actors that they've got in to do this. But yeah, I guess what I'll go do is I'll go to the terrifying scare attractions and then see what the full lineup is. So here we go. So we've got Daz Games Panic. I feel like it should be called Dad's Games' Panic, like, you know, have it kind of be like a plural, but whatever. Okay, so Daz Games dares you to take on the first adrenaline-inducing escape room meets live-action scare maze for the ultimate horror experience. Plunge into darkness, your mission is simple. You have 7 minutes to take on an intense series of tests that will challenge your mind and body. Challenging your mind and body. That's giving me kind of Ministry of Joy vibes. I don't know, maybe they might try and link it in. As you try to locate the symbols and escape, all whilst evading capture from the inhabitants within. So that's good. So it means that there are going to be like multiple scare actors, multiple characters. That'd be great. Really cool. It'd be really cool if they're actually kind of like based off characters from the horror games he's played. I think that'd be really cool. Like the one that we've seen already kind of looks like Slender Man in a way. So that'd be cool if they could do different ones. Racing against the clock, you'll have to think fast and stay calm as you take on an AI-themed assault of senses. Again, giving me kind of Smiler vibes, I don't know. All before the game strikes back and traps you within forever. I think this will be really cool because with it being an escape room, the fact if you're trying to solve the puzzle, I think it will be really good to do kind of multiple attempts on this to see how far we can get. Also, I hope it can be done on your own, but also I think it will be fun in a group as well. We'll be going with a group for a couple of visits, but I think on Halloween I might be on my own. So yeah, we'll just have to see. I'm assuming they will let you do it with multiple or on your own, hopefully. I'll have a look at the tickets to see how that works, but yeah, let's have a look at the rest of the lineup. So yeah, the lineup is pretty much as we expected. So we've got Altonville Mine Tours, Tiny's Revenge. I cannot wait to read what this description is. So rumours are afoot that the old Altonville mines are alive with activity once again. Following a breakthrough from local law enforcers, the notorious skin snatchers have been detained. Oh, but for how long? The ironically named Tiny, however, has evaded capture and is believed to still reside within the mines. Explore at your peril and risk the adventure if you dare. Interesting. So they're bringing in kind of like the police presence, because you'll notice that kind of like in the soundtrack for the queue line, you can hear like kind of police sirens and stuff. I believe they used to have a sheriff in the finale as well. So this is interesting. So we're going to be having this character Tiny who evaded capture, and it says also like they've been detained, but how long? I think what's going to happen is we might see a few victims in the mine, then see Tiny, and then at the end we'll see more and more skin snatchers as we go along. I think that's really interesting, actually. That's a really interesting way to go about it. So yeah, Tiny's Revenge. I guess like Tiny's Revenge on the police, I guess, which yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm just excited to see Altonville back. I'm excited to see it in a refreshed state. Hopefully they do it justice, and yeah, I can't wait to see it. Now, one thing I am noticing on this is that all the rest of the attractions say 12 plus, which is very interesting because I feel like the attic in the past especially was a 15 in the past, so it's interesting that they've done 12 plus now, and Tiny's Revenge doesn't actually have an age rating, so maybe it'll be more extreme, who knows. So I'll go through the other ones anyway. So the invitation is an audio-led experience. You will be required to wear headphones as you venture down into the Lakeside Cemetery in an all-new theme park scare experience. I like how they're just saying that out of the gate so people don't get confused like they did last year. The Lakeside Cemetery invites you to join them for a grave experience that will live with you for eternity. Their friendly funeral director is dying to assist you as you descend into the burial chamber where you can choose your final resting place. Some caskets have already been filled, but there are others still empty waiting for you. So that seems very similar to the description that they had last year. Still not mentioning about the vampires or anything. Like, I feel like that's something you should be mentioning, because otherwise it's such a gear change as you get in there. Like, you know, it starts off with the whole funeral director thing, which takes you in a completely different direction, like corpses and zombies, and then it puts in vampires for some reason. You know, meet the vampires. So yeah, I wish they'd be a little bit more open about that. Maybe like on the voiceover that they have in the queue line, they might try and be a bit more open with it. Maybe in the pre-show, who knows. I have been hearing rumblings that there might be a little bit of something added to this, maybe a scare maze element to it. That would be nice, but yeah, we'll just have to see. And I was saying this to actually with some of my friends as well, that, you know, with Altonville, with Tiny's Revenge, you know, the new Altonville kind of revamp, and with Panic, I think that's, you know, that's an improvement already from the last few years. So I think we should kind of appreciate that in a way. Like, yes, a lot of this lineup's the same, but a lot of them are very strong attractions, and we are getting two pretty much like brand new attractions with this. And, you know, because I feel like Tiny's Revenge is, let's just say, from some of the stuff that I've been seeing, it is gonna be it is going to be brand new, basically, with the same kind of similar storyline, but with, you know, a new kind of update to it and a lot changing, I feel like, with the maze itself. So yeah, with that, it's definitely an improvement. We're going in the right direction. Yes, it's not back to the glory days of Scarefest, but it's certainly going in the right direction. This is making me much more excited for the event now. Anyway, onto the attic, Terror of the Towers. So around here, people talk of the governess, how she's haunted by the death of her young charges, how she wants revenge, and how she'll take it by seizing the spirits of the living in retribution. They say her ghost haunts the attic. That's where you're headed. Dare you risk your immortal soul. So yeah, seems like the same storyline again. With that, what I have been hearing things that apparently Altonville and the attic seem to be, that they're going to be kind of ramped up a little bit in the scares, which is good. That would be nice, but it would be nice if a few scenes had changed in the attic as well, just to give a little bit of more of a freshness to the layout, because I kind of get a bit too used to it, and so the layout's a little bit stale. By the way, I do love, by the way, they still kept the Altonville Mine Tours thing in Tiny's Revenge, because it means I can still call it Altonville. I cannot wait for it. It sounds so good. And then Darkest Depths. I am glad that Darkest Depths is back, by the way, because it was so good last year with more actors. Just as long as they keep that actor amount up, I'm sure it'll be great. So get ready for a terrifying new adventure aboard the Mutiny, a notorious spine-chilling ghost ship. You'll truly earn your golden pieces of 8 by venturing into the darkest depths, avoiding the hazardous calls of the treacherous sirens, dodging the swords of terrifyingly ghoulish pirate mutineers. That was a mouthful.
That's what she said!
And coming face to face with the Kraken, the legendary monster of the seas. So, yeah, again, seems quite the same. This actor, by the way, on here, I think I mentioned about him last year. He's the guy who was really good in there. He's been in loads of mazes, like Subspecies. I think he did The Sanctuary as well for a bit. He might have played Jack Knife in Carnival of Screams. He was the knife thrower in Freak Show. And he was in Project 42 as well. He's a brilliant actor. He's been there for years. I hope he comes back this year as well. He's really great, and he was great in Darkest Depths last year. Now, I believe there's a few more things down here that I just got a little peek of. Yeah, this. I'm very interested in this. So, you know, we've got the dungeon. We've got Alton Ancestors. But what is this? A scare zone. We're getting scare zones back, baby. Yeah, okay, that makes me very happy. This is actually quite a big thing, as getting a scare zone back, because of course for years they haven't been able to have scare zones. Their reasoning has always been that because it covers public paths, and so people complain that, oh, we're getting scared because we have to go down this path, and the scare actors, it's like you're going to a scare event, you're going to get scared, just go to towers at some other point, let us have our scare zone. So this one is called Burial Grounds. So Burial Grounds is a free-flowing outdoor scare zone shadowed by the mighty Wicker Man, where you'll encounter rejectors of modern-day society fulfilling their terrifying primal instincts. This seems like The Welcoming, but in scare maze form. I think that's actually a brilliant idea, because The Welcoming was already like, you know, it was a fine scare maze, but it wasn't the scariest exactly. But it had some great immersive theming. You really felt like you were in a Bjorn village. My theory is, could this possibly go round Wicker Man? So, you know, where like the kind of access road is? That could actually be a really good place for this scare zone. You can have it be like a walkthrough, like Crows and Walking Meadow, for an example, or Zombie Scare Zone, or Scary Tales Scare Zone. I feel like that could really go well in that area, because the thing is, if you put it in front of the ride space, again, people are going to be complaining about that. I feel like if you put it down that path, or the other option is the Mutiny Bay Courtyard, I think that could be a brilliant place, because, you know, The Welcoming was already there, but if you made it an actual scare zone, I think that could be really great. So, yeah, really looking forward to doing that scare zone, and again, I can film in there as well, which means it'll be some great content for the channel. But yeah, I feel like Alton Ancestors seem to be the same. Towers Dungeon, nothing's going to change with it. Rides in the Dark, short break. Nope, not doing that this year. I do not have the money for it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to see how much the scare attractions are and exactly what it says in kind of like the details and stuff. So let's have a look on here, if it'll load up. Here we go. Interesting. So Daz's Panic seems to be a separate thing from the other passes, so that's very interesting. They've also got the Alton Towers Dungeon. Trick or Treat Town also returning as well, so that'll be on the family part, I assume. At least the price has gone down for it. That's a plus side. Yeah, and there is... Oh, so sorry, no, the price hasn't gone down, but there, this is the discount, pass all the discount version. So, yes, Daz's Panic is a separate thing. I think the reason for that is because it is such a different attraction. and people might want to go through it multiple times, so I think it does make sense. And plus the fact, because it is so different, I can imagine some people maybe wanting to do the combi but not wanting to do panic, so yeah, I kind of understand that. So let's just have a look at the kind of terms of this. So there's the description. It doesn't say anything about you having to necessarily be in a group, so it looks like you can do this on your own, which I think is great. And I think it can work as well, to be fair, on your own. All the other options, they put you with another group, which I'm more than happy to do. Almost feels like kind of like a Black Mirror Labyrinth in a way, so it is kind of like you go your own way on it. So yeah, that could work well. And then in regards to the, so that's £8 for pass holder, so I think that's fair enough. And then £10 for a normal ticket, which it's gone up a little bit, but again, inflation, like considering inflation at the moment, it's gone from like £9 to £10 for a one shot. That's not too bad. Alton Towers Dungeon, I might try and get a pass holder discount on that if I do go in. And then Trick or Treat Town, I might book one ticket, but I'm most likely not going to go again and again. £9.60, depending on how many sweets you get, which probably won't be that much. And also, you're not actually paying to go into the attraction, because last year there was a group of people who they didn't pay for a bag, but they asked if they could go in, and they just let them in, because it's not that you're paying to go through Trick or Treat Town, you're paying for the bag. So you're actually paying £9.60 for a bag of sweets, and last year it was like a few Haribo bags, but it really wasn't much, so it's definitely not worth that much. I would say £5 at most, but even then, like, it's really not worth that much. But anyway, yeah, £27.60 for the pass holder ticket, £34 for the normal combi. Again, inflation and prices are going to go up slightly. It hasn't gone up too much, but I do understand that, yeah, it's still quite a bit. But, you know, I think for the 4 scare attractions, yes, a lot of them are the same, but I think, especially with Altonville having like a new revamp this year, I think that's great. So let's just go onto this and just see. So yeah, confirmed the Invitation, Darkest Depths, Tiny's Revenge, and Terror of the Towers. And yes, attractions must be completed within 2 hours, theme park admission required, and annual pass required. All that stuff. It all sounds pretty exciting. And of course you've got the new Scare Zone, which is going to be completely free. You can film in it. I think this is actually a lot better than I was expecting it to be. I was just expecting it to be a lot of the same stuff, maybe one new maze, but the fact that we're getting a new maze, a complete revamp of an existing maze, I would argue the most popular maze there. I don't think that's too much of a bias. I know I have a bit of a bias. I love Altonville, but I think it's, when I speak to other people about it, like general public and enthusiasts, it's kind of on another level to the other ones in regards to scariness and in regards to quality. I know there's a few people that don't like it, but a lot of people that I've talked to, they really do like it on that other level. And so for that to get its own revamp, we're getting a Scare Zone in. I mean, and hopefully a few new shows as well would be nice. In fact, I don't know whether they might have announced the shows. In the family fun section, they might mention the shows. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, we get Trick or Treat Town coming back. And it's still sponsored by Haribo. Then yeah, we've got Freaky Fun Zone still, Monster Ball, Alton Ancestors. Doesn't mention any of the shows yet, but I'm hoping there'll be a new lineup of shows. Hopefully a new Freaky 5 show as well, because that show's been going the same pretty much every year. I'll probably still get some new footage, obviously, especially with the new camera now. I can get some really high quality stuff. And I will be visiting Scarefest enough, so yeah, I should hopefully get some good stuff of that. But yeah, overall this is sounding definitely a lot more ambitious than I thought it would be. I thought, to be honest, we were just going to get another year of not really much changed. When the lineup leaked, I thought it would only be Tiny's Revenge that we get new, but no, we're getting Panic, which sounds like a really good scare attraction. It sounds like a really good idea, and one that you can update quite regularly as well. And then we're getting a Scare Zone finally back again, which is brilliant, with, I need to remember the name, hold on. This is so unprofessional. Burial Grounds, yeah, and a Bjornen Wickerman themed Scare Zone I think is brilliant, and also because kind of people already understand about the Bjornen in a way with Wickerman, and it's sort of child friendly. Like, I feel like that can work a little bit better for Scare Zone as well, rather than having something like, for example, like Dark Apocalypse, which is like a very scary kind of zone with the phalanx and like zombies and stuff like that. Or even like Scary Tale Scare Zone. I feel like that went a bit dark in some places from what I've seen. But overall, I think this is definitely more than I expected, so I am very happy. I hope other people are happy with it as well. I know some people probably won't be. I know some people probably still complain about, oh, it's the same old mazes, but to be honest, I'm very happy about this. We'll have to see about Tiny's Revenge. It's a very interesting idea that I think they're coming up with, and yeah, I guess we'll just have to see how it all turns out. But anyway, now I'm actually going to end the video, as long as Towers don't announce anything else. But yeah, I guess until probably Oktoberfest, I think might be my next video, because I've got a lot of editing to do. I guess I will see you next time. Bye.